Hi all, welcome to the video. In the last couple of videos, we looked at what is the definition of anomaly and then the corresponding use cases or application. We also looked at a very short video, highlighting what are the anomaly detection models used on a very day-to-day basis or which are in common practice. In this video, we'll look at how to identify anomalies when we just have categorical data set at our disposal. And for this, we will look at a very simple illustration, a very simple example of how we can create that anomaly score when we just have the categorical data. We'll just look at a very simple example in the next slide. So let's say we just have a single categorical we just have a single categorical column, and that is the product ID or product description. So let's say in total there are 7 records in our data set, and there is a order number and a product column. So the column of our interest is basically the product column, and we can definitely see that there are 3 unique values for product A, B and C. Now when we are faced with such a scenario, what should be the first step? Now the first step is basically get the total number of records against each product. So we can calculate this table, and just by looking at the data set we can calculate the total number of records for product A, which is 4, product B, which is 2, and product C, which is 1. The next step is to basically calculate the relative frequency, where I divide the total frequency of each product by the total number of records. Once we do that, we then calculate the log of the relative frequency, and as you can see, the relative frequency which is the smallest has the highest negative log, and the relative frequency which has the maximum value has the least negative log. Now if I basically place this log of relative frequency side by side in the main table, I will basically get something like this. And just by looking at the table, you can see that a log score of minus 1.94 is maximum, and it basically denotes a rarest entry or rarest of the rarest combination of records. So I can see that this looks more or less like an anomaly. So in this video we looked at a very simple illustration where we took just a single categorical column, and just to quickly revise the steps, we first calculate the total frequency count against unique values of the column. We then calculate the relative frequency. We then take the log of the relative frequency, and then we basically map this back to the main table so that we have a third column which is nothing but the score. Now just in a very intuitive sense, an observation or a combination which will have less record basically will have higher negative score, and maybe that can be touted as an anomaly. I hope this video was useful to you. In the next video we will look at cases where there are multiple categorical columns, and we'll also look at how we can develop this logic in R. If the video was useful to you, do like my channel and subscribe to my channel.